Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're gonna talk about why we champion Crusaders. Thy will be done. Oh. Yeah, this is a game that is so.
This is a game.
This is a game. That's just gonna lay
That's all
that
it
out
takes.
there right off the bat. But yeah, so for this series of games we champion, it is games that we go to the Board Game Geek rankings, which
Yeah.
aren't always 100%, but we're looking at any games that we really like that aren't in the top 500, and then just talking about them a little bit, trying to get them a little more recognition if possible. Not that we're huge or anything, but just hopefully introducing some new people to the game, maybe that haven't heard of it before. And this one was currently, as of filming this, was ranked 623. So it's not far outside.
Not too far outside the 500 mark that we set, but
Right.
it's still not up in the top tier.
Right.
We believe it should be.
Right, exactly. And the designer of this one is Seth Jaffee or Jaffee. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Sorry about that. A couple other games that he's done, but we have not played any of these ones. Or some of the more popular ones. I've got two of them here. Are Eminent Domain and Isle of Trains. So I think there were two different Isle of Trains games. I think there was a more recent one and maybe an older one. So he's done those ones if you've played those. And then kind of the main mechanisms of this game are kind of a rondel Mancala system is kind of what drives the whole game. But then there's kind of some, you're kind of moving out on a grid, sort of, essentially. So, yeah, I guess then we'll talk about kind of what, I don't know, makes us think of this one should really be kind of talked about a little bit more and should be one of the top games of all time.
Yeah.
So,
personally, I think the core action selection mechanism in this game is so unique and so interesting and satisfying because it pairs kind of a action value based on how many tokens you have in the wedge in your little player board. So how many you have there is the value that you have for that action. So maybe you can move like 4 spots or just get straight up 4 points or something like that. And then you do a Mancala aspect after you activate the action. You place those tokens clockwise, leaving one at each spot, kind of resetting and moving and making more powerful those actions coming up. I think that is... It just pairs two of my favorite things. I love Mancala and I love action value, kind of worker value type of action selection, and it marries those perfectly, and it's so simple, and it's so easy to play. It doesn't slow it down in any way. It's not clunky or anything like that. It's so smoothly integrated, I think.
Yeah, and I think what makes it so smooth is that the actions themselves are all pretty basic or very easy to understand. So I think there's only, is it 4 or 5 actions, different actions total. I think 5 different actions that you can do. And then some of them are, I think the travel one that's on there twice, maybe initially. But then it's set up as kind of a, rondel circle type shape that you're triggering these actions on. So that's why it's going in a clockwise motion, but there's 6 tiles to start with, I believe, and then throughout the game you can upgrade. One of the things you can do is upgrade those so then they have 2 actions on them, so then when you have a bunch of tokens on one of those double action things, you can kind of put some towards each action, which
you
is
could,
even cooler.
Move to a spot that you can build on and then build with those extra tokens.
Potentially,
I mean, that can, and you don't have to do that, and you can.
Just
I don't feel like that's overpowered to double down. I don't think that's overpowered, but if you can get that to work, I think that just feels so satisfying to be able to get those pairings working right.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the most satisfying parts of the game. Outside of just, like you said, that core action system is what really is the hook of this game and what really makes it feel unique compared to other games, I think. I don't know if I've seen one quite like this before.
Yeah.
What is it? Gold West?
Gold West.
Might be sort of similar, but I don't think it's...
Yeah, not
Probably as close as I can think
yeah,
of,
that
though.
is because that kind of has a Mancala type way as well.
Yeah, but it's not quite the same. But that's
Yeah.
the closest I can think of that I've played anyway. There might be some other ones that are out there. But yeah, so those core actions are all really simple, and then throughout the game, you're putting buildings out. One of the actions is building, and then those kind of give you special abilities to make your actions even stronger to
Yeah,
kind of
so-
add kind of a ghost extra
Yeah.
token on those,
So,
so
yeah,
it makes
most of
those
the
more
time it's like,
powerful.
oh, you upgrade this building and it'll give you a boost whenever you take a certain action, like just an additional point value towards that action, which just keeps you going down the path
Right.
to do those things. And I feel like some might not like that, because I feel like once you are on a path in this game, you do want to continue
Keep
down it
just
and
down
not
that one.
change up throughout the game. I don't mind that. I think that's what helps it for me, because it kind of keeps it simpler.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because I'm not into the super heavy, crunchy games, and we have enough that I do enjoy that I'm not looking to add too many more. So I like this in this sweet spot of it's not all these mysterious ways to try and get the best amount of points. It's
Right.
very simple. Just
I would say
kind of spamming certain actions
Right.
a little bit, but I like that because it does feel so rewarding.
And I would say that's a good point. I think this is kind of that next level game. So maybe
Yeah.
after you've played the Ticket to Rides and Catans, if you really like those and want something with a few more things to think about, I think this
Yeah.
is kind of that next level. It doesn't get too crazy, thinky.
Yeah.
There are times where you gotta kind of think it out a little bit, I would say,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's nothing like you said. It's not like a heavy strategy game.
Yeah.
Just kind of maybe that next level.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wonder if so. This was a game that originally came out from Tasty Minstrel Games, which is no longer here, no longer a company, and now it's being reprinted by Renegade Games. But there was a time where I think it wasn't really being printed then because they were kind of struggling, and they had an expansion that was supposed to come out and didn't come out for a long time, but then Renegade did finally get that expansion.
Yep.
And I think, if I remember right, the designer was really pushing and trying to find someone to help get it done. And I wonder if there wouldn't have been that kind of controversy and kind of all that, I wonder if this one wouldn't be in the top 500.
Yeah, I was
It
going to
might
ask
be.
you if you thought that, because it's close enough, kind of like
Yeah,
in the
that's what I was
600s,
thinking.
that I'm like, I feel like there might be enough.
There might have been enough to push it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
So-
now, I would say it lost its chance to be hot, maybe,
Maybe.
at the time. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but, yeah, I think that might have.
'Cause
Otherwise,
was
I think
that-
this
was
might
that
be in the
a
top
second
500.
printing, or was that with the? So that must have
I
been
don't remember what the kicks. I know they had a lot of outstanding ones. I think it was just the expansion, but I'm
Okay.
sure you could probably get the
Okay.
base game.
So
as
I'm like,
well.
the base game should have come out and been released successfully then. So
Mhm.
I guess.
So maybe.
it
I
was
don't
just never destined to be hot. But that's why we're here.
That's why we're
trying
here.
to
We're trying to get you to go
it.
back and do it.
Um,
But yeah, I think that that's kind of the
Yeah.
big things from the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking for something that gives you kind of some of those, you might have a couple turns where it's not, feels like
Yeah.
you're kind of just kind of getting along, but then you set up for those big couple turns maybe in a
Yeah.
row, and that's what really makes the game satisfying. So
Yeah.
if that sounds like something for you, I think you got to try it and get this thing ranked even a little higher. Get it up
Yeah,
there in the top
yeah.
first 5 or 6 pages. I get what would that be in this? 100, 200, 3, 4,
Yeah, first 5.
6. It's currently in the 6.
Yes.
So see if we can get in the
In the
top
first 5 pages.
5 pages there
Yeah.
for Board Game Geek. But I guess was there anything?
Just kind of production-wise. I mean, we have a deluxeified version.
Yeah, I
here.
don't know what's all in the newest.
Yeah, I'm not
printing.
sure if maybe it's just the wooden components, which are good, and I've had games where I think I chose the wooden components over
Mhm.
the plastic ones just for fun. I think they had screen printing. I'm not sure what the components are.
I don't know if Renegade's
if
doing
they
it differently
have
or not.
screen printing or whatever, but even without that, I really love the look of the board. It's kind of got this whole orangish red and the white kind of style to everything, so I really love the artwork in this game. You could probably see some of the components. We'll put some pictures up, but
Mhm.
I really love the look of the game, and with this deluxeified version, it's great. Obviously, that may be hard to find.
Yeah, I don't know.
But even without that, I do still really like the look.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
I 100% agree.
One of our best looking games.
It is a pretty solid looking game, and I'm hoping you'd have to probably check because I think Renegade. I am happy that Renegade did it though
Yeah.
because it should be. I think it should be somewhat easily available on like a miniature market or their Renegade's website. So I'd assume that you should be able to get this one now. But yeah, earlier, a couple of years ago, it would have probably been a little harder to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, the deluxe version, I don't know if they're doing that. So that you'll have to check out on your own, unfortunately. But yeah, otherwise, this is a solid game. I highly recommend checking this one out. I'm definitely willing to say I champion it.
Yes, I for sure champion this game.
Mhm.
I championed it once. You put this on like a wish list games a couple years back, and I looked at it. And I'm like, oh, what's this game? It looks really nice. And I watched how it played. I'm like, this definitely should have been on my wish list game and right near the top. And I've just been in love with it and obsessed with it ever since.
Actually, now I'm trying to remember. Is this one on Board Game Arena?
It is on Board Game Arena.
So you can check it
go
out there.
Check it out there.
Hopefully you made it
Yeah,
this far.
We have
because,
played it once on there.
yes, so hopefully you made it this far to see that, yes, it is on Board Game Arena, so you can try it there first.
Try it
and see if
before
you
you buy it.
Exactly. But otherwise, we hope to see you on some of our other videos. And as always, don't forget to
Keep on nibbling.
on our content.